Okay, so I want to welcome all of you and thanks for having you here. All right, we're super excited that we're able to reach 1,000 persons, over 1,000 persons now, and helping them with their education about trading and the crypto space with top priority and focus on Royal Q. All right, so at this point, I just want to ask, do we have any questions at all about anything Royal Q trading? I would like you to ask me questions. And if we have new persons here, please ask questions about the bot, any areas of the bot that you want us to clarify. That's what we're here for. That's the first part of the agenda, really. So we'll give a moment for those questions. Okay, Mr. Jerome.
Good evening, Coach.
Good evening, sir.
And good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
I want to
Your voice is far
appreciate
away.
you for your efforts.
Your voice seems a little far away.
Okay, yeah. So I want to say thank you for all your efforts in coaching us.
Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you're welcome, sir.
Yeah. I want you to clarify the general setting with a $300 capital and above once again, please. General setting.
Okay. Can you share your screen? I can use your screen to, explain that. Is this something you can do? Is this something you can do? Can you share your screen now so that I can, explain that general setting? And by the way, we have the pre-coaching calls for the Goodbye to Floating Loss Academy. If you go through those videos, we explain all of this in there. So are you able to share your screen now, Mr. Jerome? If you can't share your screen, just drop a chat that you can't. So that maybe, or can anybody share their screens so that I can use your screen and guide you on how to set the $300 and above trading strategy?
Can share his screen. That I tried sharing, but they say only the host can share the screen.
Yeah, so that's why I was asking you if you're ready to share so that I can enable that. All right. Okay. So go ahead now and share. All right. So the question he asked is for $300 setting and above. That means once you have $300, you are marked to capital. That means one trade will consume $300. That is the setting that he is talking about, and that setting is so powerful that it's easy to change. Once you have $500 earmarked, it's easy to change once you have $1,000 earmarked, and I'm going to show you how. Go ahead and share, sir. All right, so to save the settings, click on Mine on the bottom right.
Okay. Yes, I've clicked on it.
Then you click on My Strategy Settings. My strategy settings. Not my synced strategy. My strategy settings.
Yes, I've clicked on it, sir.
So you can see that this account has no strategy settings yet.
Yes.
Okay. So we want to set the strategy setting for $300, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
you click on the plus on the top right, or click Add It Now. Any one of them you choose.
Okay. I mean, click on Add It Now.
Oh.
Yes,
So you can
I've clicked
choose
on it.
under risk type, you can change it to radical if you wish. That line, the first line that is risk type, you can click on steady and change it to radical. Kind of move fast on this so that we can move speedily.
Okay.
Can you see the first line that said risk type?
Right, I clicked on steady and it said radical. And I clicked on radical.
Okay.
You're not asking me switching the risk type will change the default value of the strategy settings. Do you want to switch?
Click on sure,
I'll
no
say
problem. Just click
sure,
on
huh?
sure.
Sure, okay.
Okay, so remark. Remark can be anything. It is whatever you decide will help you understand the setting once you see it. So here, I would like you to say $300 TGS settings, or you can call it big capital settings, TGS, or any name that you feel.
Okay. Okay.
So just type the remark there quickly, please.
Remark.
Just under remark, type $300 settings. Let's move on to the next point.
Okay. 300 and above, 300 plus setting.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I've done that, sir.
Okay, just put TGS so it will be clear. 300 plus TGS.
All right. Okay. TGS, yes.
Oh.
I've done that.
All right. So we'll come to first buying amount. So first buying amount, what is our rule for first buying amount? It has to be 45% of your
5% of your capital. Yes.
capital for $300 and above. Oh. Not for
Yes,
less
yes.
than 300. For 300 and above, it has to be 45% of your capital. So since you're doing your capital now is 300, you will say 45% of 300.
Yeah.
That is 135. So you type
135.
135. Go to first buying amount and put 135.
Okay, sir.
So also remember that anytime you change and add more money, all you have to do is what is 45% of that earmarked capital. Do you understand? That's the only thing you
Yes, sir.
change in the setting. That's the only
Yes.
thing you change in the setting. All right. So we don't use open position doubled here for big capital settings. We don't use open position doubled. Do you know why?
Yes, because it will be it will now buy instead of 135. It will now buy double of 135 instead of the usual setting of 135 as first buying amount.
Exactly. And that will be that would begin the journey of taking up your whole money, and you won't be able to buy all the other
Yes.
margin calls. So for $300
Yes.
setting and above, we don't do that. So AI margin call, it's okay. You can leave it on. All right. You can leave AI margin call on. We're not too bothered about that because already you have 45% of your capital in the game. So you're fine. All right. Then margin call limit is always 4. So change margin call limit to 4.
Hello?
Please, can you change margin call limits to 4? Is my voice audible enough?
Okay. It went off brief.
Okay, let me try and change network for a moment. Okay, can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better now? Okay, so if I'm doing something with you on the phone, I'd rather you stay on the phone and stop just end any calls that are coming. Remember, this is a recorded session, Mr. Jerome.
Yes, I can hear you. I think 4.
Please, any call
Hello?
that is coming, just end the call. So you don't enter. It's a
I
recorded
just
session.
blocked it. I just rejected the call. I don't know why the person is calling me again. The call I rejected is calling me again.
Okay. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, some people are
Margin
like
call
that.
limit is 4.
Yeah. So whole position take profit ratio, just put 1.5. You can always change this setting to any percentage based on the signal. All right.
Okay. 1.5.
Yes.
Yes, I've done it. Margin, I've done it.
Okay. Then whole position take profit callback. Put 0.01 there.
0.01.
Yes, please.
Okay. 0.01. Yes, I've done that.
All right. So margin configuration. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down so that we can see. All right. So first of all, before margin configuration, go to buy in callback and put 0.01 also.
Buy in callback. Okay. I put 0.01.
Yes.
Yes.
And then go down again. You're just gonna scroll down. So strategy period is one shot. I don't recommend cycle trading. So one shot. And
Okay.
if you do cycle trading, that means you know when you want to end the cycle trading. So your eyes are on the chart. Okay.
Okay.
Because
So
I don't
I
recommend.
remove the.
Yeah, so click on cycle and change to one shot.
Okay. One shot.
All right, so go to margin configuration now. Let's quickly set up the 4 margin calls.
Okay. Margin configuration now, sir.
Okay, so on the right side, where you have
Yes.
2, on the right side, go to the right side. Where you have 2, put 0.11.
Okay. 0.11. Okay.
Then come down and put 0.22, where you have 4.
Okay. 0.22. Yes.
Then come down again and put 0.33, where you have 8.
Okay. 0.33.
Yes, 0.33. Yeah. Then 0.55, where you have 16.
0.55.
Great. That's it. Now, for the left side, if you notice, my signals are always saying tolerate 20% deep tolerance. The reason is that with Royal Q, any trade you enter, expect the trade to go against you by 20%. All right. And you don't panic when it's going against you because you have some money reserved to buy the margin calls. So generally, when you see the signals, some people use 10%, but I rather you use 20%. Because already 45% of your capital is already in the game. So you don't have to bother. Just allow 20% deep tolerance. Now, the left side
I should scroll
determines
down.
that the left side of the page where you have margin call drop.
Oh,
The
yes,
left side
yes.
of the page where you have margin call drop determines the deep tolerance. So you can see you have 3.5, 4, 4, and 4. So how much is that
Yes.
in total?
12 plus, that's 15.5.
Okay, so we have to adjust it so I can take 20%. Okay, so
Okay,
15.5. So we need to add 5 more percent or 4.5%. So we can do it this way. The first one is 3.5.
yes,
That's okay. The second one is 4%. That's
yes,
okay. The third one, we can make it, yeah, we can leave it at 4% too. That's
okay,
fine. So we can now add 4.5 to the last one. So we'll make that one 8%. Just change it to 8%.
8.5.
Yes, it's your choice, really. You can,
No, if you say it's already 4, but if you add 4.5 to it, it will now be 8.5.
yes, go ahead. But it's also
Okay,
your choice to say you want to keep it at 8%. So what I'm
okay,
telling you is that you have to be, and this is where analysis is important. If you have good way of analyzing your strategy, you would know that most times they don't dip. Like my signals and the prof signals, they hardly dip that much, except when market crashes. Okay. So you can change it to 8.5.
okay, yes, okay, 8.5. I've changed it to 8.5, sir.
All right, so that's it. So scroll down now so that you can save. At the bottom of the page, you see show. You have to click this
Yes,
show. You must click this show. All right.
okay, okay.
Can you
I've
click on
clicked
it?
on shop.
Then
I've clicked on
here you click
clicked on
on
shop.
here you click on save.
Okay,
So
yes,
you have put in this strategy. So if you want to trade, what I always will teach you or tell you to do is if you want to trade, then
yes,
you have to import the setting. Let me tell you the biggest mistake many of our people make. One of the biggest mistakes. I've seen people with $15,000 make this mistake. And when they are making this mistake, it will be working for them when the market is bullish and they will not pay attention. And but when the market becomes bearish, they now realize why I have been warning them. So this happened. All right. There's someone who had some good money, and I said, always import your strategy. Always import your strategy. You are not importing your strategy. But it was working for him when the market was bullish, and the person felt, oh, I don't need to bother. Then when the market went bearish, it became a person was operating with default martingale 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. The person now saw the danger. All right. So please let me emphasize here. This is a strategy that has been saved, but it will not enter your trade automatically. Before you activate, you must import. So how do you import? Okay, go back to your home screen. Let's just imagine we want to add a coin. Go to your home
okay,
screen. And so this is for newbies, really. Let's go to Royal Q home screen. I don't know why you're leaving Royal Q, Mr. Jerome.
okay.
Please stay on Royal Q. I said go to your home screen on Royal Q. Just press the back arrow at the top left.
I've gotten it, sir.
So scroll, sort the coins so that you can see the top gainer coins on top.
Okay. Yeah, it's top gainer coin. The top post coin is AXL.
Okay, so click on ARKM.
Okay.
Wow, this ARKM is still firing. Interesting.
I've clicked on it, sir.
Yeah, just a moment.
Mm.
Oh, okay. This ARKM is going nuts. Okay, so we're not really trading it. I just want to give you an example. All right.
Yeah.
So once this screen loads, okay, it's like your click on create. Let's just move on. Click on create. Once you open the coin, you click on create.
I've clicked on create.
Please click on create.
I've clicked on it.
So when you click on create, you see click on Martingale strategy box, then click on create again.
Okay. I've done that, sir.
So it comes to this page. So this is where those people make mistake. Because they're trying to rush into the coin, they forget to import and they click on activate. You don't activate when you have not imported your setting. Please, let's remind ourselves this basic. You don't activate unless you've imported your settings. This is the number one mistake a lot of Royal Q members are making. Because when the market is bullish, you'll be good, you'll like it. But when it becomes bearish and you start operating with default martingale, even if you're trading with $50,000, you just realize that your money will enter deep. So before you click on activate, go to trade settings, click on trade settings at the bottom left.
Yeah. I've done that.
Now, on the top right, you click on manually create. Because you have already saved your settings, so you want to manually go import it. So click on manually create, sir, on the top right.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I've done that.
So the first line there is my template.
Yes.
Okay. So this is where people also make another mistake. They forget to import it here. They just use the values here. You can see the margin call limit there is 7, right? So
yes,
that tells you that this is not our setting. The whole position take profit callback is 0.3 instead of 0.01. This is not our setting.
Yes.
So anytime you see 7 margin calls, it is not our setting. So you click on choose a strategy setting on the first line for my template. You click on choose strategy setting. Click on that arrow, that drop down arrow, choose a strategy setting.
Okay.
You can now see the strategy we saved. So the first thing you do here is to note the first buying amount and keep it in your head. So it's $135. So you tap on the $135.
Okay.
And you can see it has imported the setting, everything. You see, margin calls is now for whole position, take profit callback 0.01, buying callback 0.01. Everything has been added here. But you must change the first buying amount.
It's 12. It's 12 now, but I have to change it to 135.
135, yes.
Okay, sir.
So there are 2 things you always need to change after importing your setting. The first buying amount and the whole position take profit ratio.
Okay.
135.
135. Okay.
So if the signal says 3%, then you come to the whole position take profit ratio and change it from 1.5 to 3%. All right, so save this setting, sir. Saving is at the bottom.
Okay.
So carefully go down.
Whole position take profit is 1.5. I should leave it at 1.5.
We are not taking any trade, sir. We're just demonstrating. And I said, if the signal says, I don't know whether you listened to me. I said, if the signal said 3%, then you come down to whole position take profit ratio and put 3.5. Okay, you put 3%. So based on the signal or based on your own analysis, you decide what your take profit ratio will be. But we're not taking a trade now. I'm just demonstrating how you import your trade so that you don't make the mistake. So please scroll down to the bottom of the page and save this.
Yes, I can see save. I'll save.
Yeah.
I say
sure.
Do you want to save? I say sure.
So it's only when you have done this that your setting has now gone into the coin, and then you can click activate. If you don't do this and you go to trade, you will trade with default martingale. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Jerome, for your time. Do you have any other questions?
No, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
So please, it's important you learn this skill so that you can pass it on to your downline, so that you can trade with a good strategy and always make money. All right, so thank you, Mr. Jerome, for your question, which led us to that. All right, does anybody else have any question?
Don't mind him.
All right, so in the absence of any other question from any other member, thank you, Mr. Jerome, for sharing that with us. All right. there is a concept of most significant numbers, which is the concept I want each of us to master. So I want you to give me a suggestion of a coin. Tell me the suggestion of your favorite coin. What's your favorite coin? Drop it into the chat box so I can use that coin as an example to explain the most significant number concept. Or you can unmute yourself and tell me what your favorite coin is. OG. OG has become a favorite coin for a lot of persons. All right, so OG did wonders and also tied people's money down. But let's go look at OG screen. So I'm going to show you my screen now. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So let me just quickly share my screen. All right, so this is OG. Okay. This is OG. And the market was crazy pumping. Ooh, lots of money made. All right. All right, so here's OG now. I want to hide let me just hide the rest of the indicators. Okay, I'll leave this one down here. So on your right side, I want you to understand the concept of most significant numbers. On the right side of this price area, sometimes you can expand it so you can see more details. All right. Sometimes you can expand it. The more you expand it, the more details you see. You can see I'm scrolling through mine and it's expanding. So what does this mean? We're talking about the nearest whole number, if I'm going to use that word. But let's call it the most significant whole number because it's not really a whole number. There's decimal most of the times, all right? So we're looking for the numbers with the most zeros attached to them. So you look at, what is the general type of number we have here? Then what are the numbers with the most zeros? You can see 8.175. Then you can see 8.180. 8.175 and 8.180, which one is more significant? Can somebody answer?
8.180.
Exactly. Because it has more zeros, okay, than this one. So that's your job. You have to look at, every coin has different kind of pricing. You have to look at, which one has more zeros? Now, look at this question. We have 8.200 here and 8.210. Which one is more significant? 8.20, 8.220.
8.200.
Great. So 8.200 is more significant. And you can see among all the coins, all the prices here, it is it that has the most zeros. So I will go to my horizontal line, pick up my horizontal line and put that place and mark it as a support and resistance line. In case you don't position it too well, don't worry. Just because most people use their phone. So anywhere you place it, just remember it's 8.200. You just double click on it, go to coordinates and type 8.200. And once you do that, you click OK to go to the right spot. So you can see 8.200 is a significant support and resistance level on this coin. So let us look at whether we can see more double zeros to guide us. I am adjusting my right side. Do you understand? You also have to adjust your right side. Can you see 8.100? 8.100. Also 8.300. So those are also significant numbers because they have two zeros at their end from the right side. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'll click here and I'll say 8.300. Please, if you're not talking, just mute yourself, Mr. Jerome. Mute yourself. 8.300. Now, I told you there's 8.100 here too. So I'm going to just pick the horizontal line again and make it 8.100. So these are significant numbers. Sometimes most people cannot draw the zones. Newbies don't want headache. They don't want stress. The newbies don't even want anything technical or advanced. Okay? They don't want any extra training. They just want to be able to enter the market and get out and make money. So this is 8.100. There's 8.400. So wherever your price is, look for the most significant numbers around it. I can see 8.7, 8.8, 8. Look at this. But do you see that one of the most significant numbers is 8 point? There are 3 zeros here. So this thing is not marked in stone. You are the one that will automatically observe it. Look at 8 points. So this one is a significant level, a very important, significant level. This 8,000 level. So 8.123. In fact, I can decide to change the color of this one to any color I like. I can decide to call it red because it is the one that has 3. All right. So by the way, I like to check the distance in between some of these numbers. Okay, so this is too small even. This is 1%. So honestly, I would, for this coin OG, I'm not going to use the 8.100, 8.200, 8.300 because the distance in between is just 1%. I need something more significant. All right. So I'll be looking for other numbers that have 3 zeros, and that's what I'll be focusing on. So you see, I'm reducing the line here, and I'm looking for the numbers that have 3 zeros. Good. So you can see, I can see 9,000 here. All right. So I'll just begin to look for 9,000. By the way, this is one of the things I teach in the paid Goodbye to Floating Loss Academy. All right, the paid program. So I teach this also as the easy way to earmark support and resistance. Actually, it's easy to teach, so I can share it here. It's not going to be strenuous at all. So I'm deleting all those other ones because I'm just getting 1% in between each of them, and that's tiny. You can see between between 8,000 and 9,000, I can see, if I decide to use that, I can make up to 11%. Whew, that's huge. That's huge, but OG can give you that. All right. So it's going to depend on the nature of what you have on the right side. All right. That's what's going to guide you. So I'm seeing 7,000 here with 3 zeros. So remember, it's not cast in stone. Your analysis of the coin will tell you which numbers to use. But you don't need a number that will be giving you a 1% in between numbers. No, you need something better. All right. So look at this. Let's look for the next number that has 6,000. All right. So this is my analysis of OG. So you click on it, open it, 6,000. Okay. All right, what's the next one below here? 5,000. And I need all of us to kind of really grab this 5,000, yeah? I can click it anywhere. All right, then I'll go properly position it by typing this in the coordinates. All right, and I save it. There's 4,000, but I'm not bothering about this for now because price is here. Okay, so I'm interested in where is price and where is it likely to go. Then I can put something above here. There's 10,000 here. So I can just put 10,000 here. This is 10. So just make it 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 3. Then here will be 10. All right. Okay. So if I want to add one more, I'll put on 11,000 with 3 zeros. So you see, from my analysis of this coin, I can see that I'm more interested in what has 3 zeros on it. All right. So each coin, you're going to check it, you're going to expand the right side and decide for yourself. All right. So this is OG. This is OG. So where will OG go to? Now let's go check the historical movement of this asset. don't worry, we'll delete some of these things on the left side. But look at these horizontal lines, eh? Just pay attention to them. Can you see that when price was going up, it hit here, crossed here, and obeyed this one, this 10,000 mark? Can you see it? That it obeyed the 10,000 mark, yeah? Can you see that, ladies and gentlemen? Why are you guys keeping quiet when I'm talking?
Yes, it's seen.
You guys need to be active and engaged, all right? So you see, it obeyed it obeyed that 10,000 price once. It obeyed it a second time. Now, if you look at this part of the candle, what are you going to observe? There's a double top here. There's a double top here. Double top means price is likely to reverse. Okay? Double top means price is likely to reverse. Okay? So let's talk about that. So these things are easy to teach. So when you draw your support and resistance lines, observe when there is double top. If you see a double top shape, like this letter M here, it means price is likely to reverse. And you can see price went downward. When price was dropping, it dropped close here, went down here, touched here, broke down, went to this. Do you see it obeyed the 7,000 line once? It obeyed it before, almost, all right? So where will price go now? It can either go up or down. So if a person just decides to take a buy now, he can target this line and take 4%. Or if he wants to target the higher line, 15%. That's OG for you. If OG decides to move, he's going to move and give you that amount of money. Okay? So that's it basically. Now remember that we're all about enhancing TGS. That's all I am interested in here. All right, so let me do this. Let me put let's put KDJ on the screen. Okay. By I am altcoin. So you know it's all about KDJ, right? So then we add Bollinger Bands. So we add Bollinger Band to the screen. These two indicators, Bollinger Band, KDJ, and most significant number can be used to navigate and make money. So let me tell you this. This is the easiest thing for newbies. Without too much analysis, giving yourself headache about anything. Just come to the chart and observe when does price hit lower Bollinger Band and at the same time is very close to a support level. That is a very good likely entry. It doesn't work 100% of the time, but very good likely entry. So look at this place. Price touches lower Bollinger Band. Maybe it will touch here. Let's see. If you go forward, it comes again. At this point, I can enter this trade here because it's closer now to this significant number. But then it goes again and comes closer. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, look at what KDJ is doing. KDJ has already pointed here. Oh my God, how much can you take from here? Let me show you what I'm trying to point to your face. This is the point. Price is here. Touch. The price here is close to the 7,000 mark. At the same time, it's on the lower Bollinger Band. At the same time, KDJ suddenly turns green right here. So, honestly, this one, if I see this, I'm a good to go, good to go. So even if it's from here, I enter, let's just say I enter from here, I will target the next level, 7%, in fact, 9%, because I'm operating with the significant number idea. Okay? Most people don't know that there's a significant number here. So they just keep operating. Remember, those in the Goodbye to Floating Loss Academy, they know these things already because it's one of the first things I teach them. But I took this from there, and I think it will help the team generally because drawing support and resistance zones could be complex for people unless those that really want to learn. But if you use the significant numbers, but you have to, use your brain to look at it. What are the significant numbers here that can give me significant profit range? The first one we drew was giving us 1%, which doesn't make sense. At least you want to have 3 to 5%, all right, depending on the nature of the coin. BTC, of course, we know might not give you that big range, but hey, this is OG, and OG can really jump, pump, dump. So you need something significant. And you can see there's a 9% movement from here. At this point, TGS, lower Bollinger Band, KDJ, green. I enter my trade. I can target. You don't have to target the exact point. Just give you some room, eh? So if you target 9, it's okay. Leave. This is the rule I teach people in my training, and also, but I want to tell you as my members. The market maker, let's use the name market maker, the owner of the market. He has his money in the market, the billionaires, and those people they buy through. You don't have to take everything from them. Just take your own portion and leave the rest for them. Take your own portion and leave the market for them. Don't try, you cannot win them all. Okay? So take your own portion and leave the price for them. Then you relax and wait for the next move. Now look at this point where it didn't work exactly how we wanted. Look at this point, all right? Price was at the bottom here. Okay? KDJ was aligned. You entered, market dropped. Now, for those who have done my training, you understand why market is dropping here, and you definitely have avoided this part of the market. Okay, but let's just say, for now, if you go backwards, you can see so many times it obeyed it. Look at this. Price came to the lower one. You wait for it to touch the lower band here. You could have been waiting for it to come down here, but KDJ has said green, lower band. Okay, you enter. You enter here. What do you target? You can target this place and take 4%, get out, and be happy for the day. Or you can target the next one, which is 17%. You don't have to put it on the same line and say you're targeting 18%. Don't be greedy, please. Even if it's 15%, collect it and go. Collect your own and leave the market maker and the billionaires to continue to play their game. Don't be caught in the middle. All right? Then here again, we see this. And you can see this scenario here. So if a person wanted to, sorry, let me delete this. If a person wanted to take this profit, all right, price is bouncing on the middle band, right? Price is bouncing on the middle band. Okay, it's not, yeah, it's just around this line, but it's risky because it could just hit here and turn back. But the moment it's crossed here, went down, crossed here, the person could have said, okay, let me buy here. When you buy here, you target the next level. Don't go and be targeting 9%. Just come down. You just take 7 now. Just take 7. Leave the rest for the market people. So you can just be doing this every day. Like pick a coin, look for it to come close to the significant number, lower Bollinger Band, KDJ, and you're milking the market. You don't need anybody to give you signal. Just that basic knowledge alone will keep you in the game. So but just remember that when you have the double top, like I said here, market is going down, all right? So you want to trade carefully. All right, market is going down. You can see after the double top, market is going down. Here, it could have touched and bounced up, but market was still going down. Then touched and went up, right? Good. So just be very careful because the market obeys these things, all right? Look at OG here from this level. All right, so that's the power of the significant numbers. Can I take one question or two on this? When I'm teaching the general team, they don't ask questions, but when I go to the coaching, people that paid for coaching, they bombard me with questions, and I don't know why. So I'm here. I'm saying this here. Nobody's asking me questions. Are you paying attention? Please say something. If it's too complicated, say something.
It's fine.
No, Richard, I know to be fine with you now. You're in the paid program, so definitely it's going to be fine. But is there another person that has a question? Juliana, is it too complex? So let me be frank with you. This is the part that sometimes discourages me when I come forward with powerful concepts to explain to the team. When I'm showing you something that can make you 100% in a month, and you keep quiet when I'm explaining it, and I ask you, do you have questions, and you don't answer. Okay, if it's clear, just type 1 in the chat box. Let me just make it that way. You should speak up, make it interactive. Okay. It is not complicated. Remember, you know Bollinger Band and KDJ already. All right. You know Bollinger Band and KDJ already. All right. So ask me specific questions. All right. So everybody says it's clear. Okay. Everybody says it's clear. Okay. Good. All right. So if I ask a question, is there complication? You can just say it's clear, because once we interact, I know that, oh, feedback I'm getting is people understand this. Do you get it? So when I explain something, I like feedback. Clear, not clear. And so somebody said, go for V6, said it's complicated somehow. All right, go for V6. Which part is complicated? Which part don't you understand?
Good evening. Please, the area I'm finding difficult is
Your voice is sounding very far. I can't hear you.
okay. Good evening, Mr. Nanda and everybody. I really
You are not
appreciate
sounding clear. Are you using earpiece? Remove the earpiece.
Okay. Everyone, please, the area I'm finding difficult is these significant numbers. As many as how do you now determine the percentage from as you have picked it? How will you get the percentage that you want to pick for the trade?
Okay, so let's
I
look
don't
at
know
this.
if
Yeah, so good. So here you can see KDG has gone green, right?
Yes, please.
But market has been sideways, so I really wouldn't want to take this trade now. But let's just say you enter this trade. I would just want to take it and target this line, because the market is not really moving. So I'll just target this 3% or 2.5%. I will just, below the line, I'll stop. So I have a strong feeling that this might go up and hit the 3%. But better still, I will wait for it to come down, because it's coming down slowly, sideways. So I'll wait for it to come down. Then another thing is I can go to the 1-hour chart. Let me see, what's the 1-hour chart saying? Okay. 1-hour chart's been, very sideways market. Very sideways market. Okay. Then I can also decide to draw a wedge here. I can decide to draw a wedge here and wait for the breakout of the wedge. I'll just wait for when price will break out from the wedge. Okay. I can just say, okay, when will price break out from the wedge? And just kind of see what's about to happen. So if price breaks out from the wedge, I can say, okay, yeah, take a 2.5 or 3%. But if it crosses this line, if it crosses and retests, then I can just come here and just say, I can take 8%, or let's just say 7%. Then I'll be good. Okay. So this is just basic trading, ideas that I think everybody can use. Did I answer your question now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but you know how you got the significant numbers on this right side, right?
Yes, the higher zeros.
Good. So that's it. Your take profit ratio. Now, I want to ask a question in this group. How many of us have a TradingView account and can use it very, very well? Type T in the chat box. Okay. How many of us can use a TradingView account very well? Type T in the chat box. Because I'm seeing that this is one of the big knowledge gaps in our in the whole African team. A lot of people don't know how to use TradingView. So if you can use TradingView, type T in the chat box. If you can't use it, type C. C for can't use TradingView, all right, and T for can't. C for can't use TradingView, T for I can use it very well. So this is one of the gaps I'm seeing. A lot of people, the truth is, if you operate without knowledge, you'll be sleeping in floating loss. To take your analysis to the next level, understanding TradingView is important. So I think the next few members meetings, I'm going to be a little aggressive on the use of TradingView. But first, I have a video which I used to teach one of the batches of goodbye to floating loss. I will drop it in the Teams meeting, in the WhatsApp group, all right? After this training, please do yourself a favor. Follow that recording and go download TradingView. Follow the recording and start using it. You need to take your trading to the next level. And it will also help you in future if you decide that you want to go for a one-on-one coaching on the Goodbye to Floating Loss Academy. All right. And by the way, let me say it here. This is the last batch because it takes a lot of energy and time from me. All right. So this is the third batch, is the last batch, okay, which we're going to start. And the TradingView setup is the first thing I'm going to do for like 1 week with everybody in that batch, because I have old people in the batch, I have newbies to crypto, and like in batch 2, those who were left behind are those who did not understand TradingView. So I'm going to correct that with batch 3. So if you're here and you still want to be part of that training, make sure you grab it. All right. So this is just one of the simplest tricks you learn there. It's a 2-week intensive. You need to see how we train ourselves in that group. If I call a meeting, people are there before I even enter. They are bombarding me with questions. Even before I say 10 sentences, they're bombarding me with questions. Yes, because when they pay attention and they want to get the best out of the setting. So that's it. The next topic I want to talk about is divergence. And I just want to, when you need to observe divergence to spot market reversals. So I'm just going to, I'll also talk about this in the next meeting. So don't worry if you don't catch everything at this meeting. So I'm going to pick another coin. There were some coins given the example earlier. Let me go to the charts. Somebody said WIF. All right, so let's go to WIF. Okay, WIF. And before we go to WIF, I want to ask this question to everybody in this team. Are you building your Royal Q business? Are you building your Royal Q business? If you're building it, type B in the chat box. If you're building it, type B in the chat box. If you're not building it, you can type N. If you're building it, type B in the chat box. Because I did a survey yesterday, and I asked the question. I asked a simple question in that survey, and I'm just going to it right now. The question I asked in the survey was, is this working for you or something? Yes. Now, I had 16 responses, and there were 3 options. Yes, 100% is working for me, lucrative. The second option is no. All I have is floating loss every time. And the third one is, I'm so scared of activating my bot. All right, so out of the 16 responses, 15 said 100% is lucrative. One person said, all I have is floating loss all the time. And then when I chatted him, he said he's actually my Goodbye to Floating Loss Academy. So he said it was before the academy. The trades he took based on signals. But from the training trades, he's not having any of those floating losses anymore. So that's the advantage of training, even though it costs you. Trust me, everybody that has done that training, they don't regret paying for it. They are all super excited, and we're on a 6 months learning path, and we're going to teach you a lot. Then whatever is going on in the other Nigerian team, whatever trainings are going there, I'm also going to be passing that information. All right, I got that permission from the prof to pass that information. So what people don't know is I paid prof myself, because I'm running a Goodbye to Floating Loss Academy, and at the same time, another training is going on. So I am having a one-on-one training with him. And I wanted to just make sure that nothing from there is missing from my team training. So yeah, he said, yeah, for sure, I can share it with the team. And so that training, I'm going to go in depth in everything. That's, so it's a powerful opportunity. And of course, maybe you pay more for it. So that's why a lot of people are not there. So, but it's fine. We're taking it step by step, working with those who are paying attention to transform their trading journeys. All right. So we want you to build the Royal Q business, and you can build it at your pace. Okay. You don't have to. This is my recommendation. My recommendation is this, and this is how I build every system. I'm very busy with my normal official activities, but you see, in the evening, once I close from work, if I enter a new business, I make sure I give it 1 hour. So I just come home maybe 6:30, 7. I tell myself that from 7:30 to 9:30, I'm going to be making calls, inviting people to the presentation. That's what I do. Anytime I join any business, for like 1 year, I'm going to be crazy making those calls. And here's the secret. Write a list of people you want to talk to. Don't I will give this suggestion. Don't write 10 people. Because if you write only 10 people, you are going to stress them out. Imagine you write only 10 people, you call one on Monday, you call the other one on Tuesday. By 1 week, you are done calling all of them. Then the next week, you start stressing them again. No. You need to start with your first 100 names. And I tell people, if you can write out 200 names, better for you. Then start calling people 3 of them a day, 3 to 5 of them in a day. That's 1 hour window where you make phone calls. Get your book out. You have to have a notebook where you document how people respond to your calls, or maybe on your system or laptop or tablet. Create a document and be updating it. I called Mr. A, not too interested, but he said he would try and attend this date. He chose one of the Wednesday or Thursday trainings. Just write it down. All right. When you write 100 people and you call, let me use it. Let me use a calculator here. When you have 100 people to talk to, and you talk to 4 every day, listen, it's going to take you 25 days to go through all of them. Okay? So get your first 100 first. Call them 4 a day, 4 a day. So that could be like a 5-minute call. Remember, we have a 1-minute script. You don't even need to, this call might take you just 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 15 minutes maximum. You're not going to be talking and explaining Royal Q to them. No. You're just inviting them to the webinars. So within 10 minutes, you're done. Okay? Now, it will take you 25 days to go through this list of 100 persons. Then when you go through the list of 100, you can now go back to the first person. Meanwhile, you've not disturbed them for 3 weeks. You've been very busy, but you didn't have the time to disturb any one of them for more than once in 3 weeks. Then you go back to the first person. Look at your documentation and say, come on, you told me you're going to join the webinar. Have you joined? You didn't join now. What's happening? Then he will tell you he's going to join. So you will start calling each of them again. 4. So within a whole month, you can talk to your first 100 persons and go back to remind them. You've spoken to those people 2 times in the first month. The first 25 days was trying to, go 4 at a time. You can actually go 10 at a time, 10 in a day if you want to. But, calm pace, dedicate time for your business, phone calls, invite to the meetings, 1-minute script pattern. you're going to find out that in 1 month, you've spoken to 100 people, and each of them just heard from you twice. Then in your second month, you go to the next 100 persons. Now, when you go to the next 100 persons in the second month, you repeat the same thing. The people you disturb, let me not use the word disturb, the people you spoke to in the first month, they won't hear from you in the second month, unless those very, very close to you. So in the second month, you are busy with the second 100 persons. Now, when you are done in the second month with the second 100 persons using the same model, in the third month, you go back to the first 100 persons. And any that hasn't joined the presentation, you begin to tell them, what's the challenge? Why are you joking with this? Look at my results. Guy, just wake up. Let's do this. You have to inspire people because people are brain dead. People believe everything is online is a scam. People believe everything is nothing will work for them. So you're trying to wake up a dead battery mentally to the online space. They are only thinking of how to get a promotion and how to ask their boss to increase their salary. They don't believe that they can rewrite their financial destiny with Royal Q. So you have to guide them, patiently guide them. See, if you have 200 people you are talking to, nobody is going to say you are stressing me or avoid your calls because you're speaking to them maximum of twice in 2 months. They will only hear from you twice in 2 months. So they're not going to be avoiding you. They're going to be apologizing. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Sorry, I was in a meeting. Sorry, I was. All right. The secret to growing your business is to get people to the webinars, which we hold Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. That's the secret. And you need a list of 200 persons. Now, here's what I can guarantee you. If you go through this list of 200 persons, inviting them with a 1-minute script to the presentations, you're going to hit V2 in less than 3 months to 4 months. 20 people out of those 200 will join you in your Royal Q business. Guaranteed. 20 persons. 10% of the people you call will join you in your Royal Q business, and that will take you to V2. You can place 5 people directly under you, then put other people, operation 5 by 5, or you can put all 20 of them directly under you and help those who want to build. This is how you can build your business and get to V2. This is how you create a career with Royal Q. And once you hit V2, you have 20 people in your structure. Any of them activate somebody, you get $10. So if 10 of them decide to build the business and activate one person, let's just say 1 person each, that 10 is 10 in 10 places. That's an extra $100 to you. This can happen in 1 month. Now, if 10 of them decide that they want to get 5 persons each, that's 10 times 5. 50 persons. That's $500 will come to you easily. So what's your hard part? The hard part, you need to understand what we teach, and then you need to be able to teach it to them. Then even if you don't know it 100%, use the members meetings. And this is why I still hold these members meetings at least once or twice in a month. All right. So that's for those who want to build a career path with Royal Q. Well, you don't have to do that. Okay. You can just decide that you want to just trade. That's also okay. And now let me ask a question in the group before I go to this divergence topic. How much would you like to make from Royal Q monthly that would give you financial relief? All right. How much would you like to make extra? I know we are Nigerians here, right? So in Naira, how much would you want to make every month that would just make you to be financially at peace? That is relieved. Okay. Just drop it in the chat box. Let me see how much people are going to write down. And we're going to be done with this training in a moment. For $1,000, okay, great. Somebody said 500,000 Naira, great. 500,000 Naira a month extra cash will give you financial relief. See, a lot of people are saying 500,000 Naira. This is great. $1,000 is also great. So let me tell you a secret. If you build a team of 150 to 200 persons, you'll be getting more than $500 every month. 500,000 Naira every month. I want to tell you that fact. And I'm telling you this from my experience. Okay? If you build a team, okay, yeah, 25,000 said this, good. If you build a team of 150, 200 persons, you'll be getting above 500,000 naira every single month. I'm telling you about guaranteed income. Guaranteed income. So the hard part is to build that team. So once you can stretch yourself and achieve that level, you become someone who is financially, very, very stable. All right. The money will come to you. You will not struggle for the money. Trust me when I tell you that. I am a living witness of this. Yes. If you want $1,000 every month, you need to build a team of 300, 350 members automatically. I'm talking about 350 members trading an average of $500. So if you have people with big money in your structure, you don't even need a large crowd. All right. Just a few people will just transform your trading capabilities. All right. If you're not building a team, remember we always say, you always make 10% to 50% of whatever you trade. Now, if you attend and go through the goodbye to floating loss campaign, you can make 100% monthly. All right. And I'm telling you, not where you make 100% in a month, then floating loss will drag you the next month. Nothing like that. I don't know who is in the training that has been doing assignments. Nobody here is in the training that has been doing assignments. Okay. Yeah. So, but Mr. Basic, you can see. Basic, Richard. I know Richard is in the training. So in the training group you are in, you can see the kind of signals people are generating for themselves. All right. You can see the kind of signals people are generating for themselves. So those guys, some of them make 100% in 2 weeks. And the 100% in 2 weeks, it's not 100% where you make, then you be dragged into floating loss. No. It's constant, steady profits. So it's intensive. The training is actually very intensive and hectic and to challenge your brain. So, but it's worth it. But even without that training, if you use the TGS with this support and resistance that I taught you, significant numbers, you can constantly make 20, 30, 50%. But sometimes you'll be caught in floating loss, which might slow you down, okay, for a while. But you also be making profit. So whatever it is, if you want to make $1,000, if you want to make $1,000 monthly, then you should have $10,000 trading capital. And then I can assure you that you'll be making $1,000 monthly. So, Madam Akombi, can actually chat me up on that. $10,000 trading capital. There's no way you not make 10% monthly and without floating loss if you have this skill set. All right, so I'm just going to quickly introduce divergence, but I won't talk too much of it on it because I just want to show you the indicator I use. There are many indicators that people use for divergence, but for me, I like sorry, if I just type divergence here, I like this RSI divergence indicator. Okay. You can use stochastic RSI for divergence. You can use MACD for divergence. But I like this RSI divergence indicator. So I just load it on the screen. So what is divergence all about? Now, let me hide the Bollinger Band because this Bollinger Band is, we don't really need this right now. Now, just to make it simple, when price is pumping, the RSI divergence indicator follows. When price is not moving, the RSI divergence indicator also shows that. When it starts moving, price is also moving. All right. So you see that there's a similarity between the movement of the RSI indicator and price. Okay. You see there's a similarity in the movement. Like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into this, but there'll be a time you will see that they're not moving in the same direction. All right. there'll be a point. Look at here, it's moving up. RSI is also moving up. Okay. So I want to look for an example. I know I had an example where I showed people something now. Let me just try and see if I can look for it. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so I did a training on this. Okay. So let me just look for one that is very easy for you to understand. Okay. I'm looking for a very simple one that I can use to showcase this. So just be patient with me. Let me just run through. Let me just run through. Okay. So let me give you an example on this one. This is an example, right? Let me mark this. And I'm going to be explaining this in more detail in the future. So I'm just marking this, so this section of the market for you to see. All right. So take a look at this. Let me just delete this structure formation. Yeah. Look at here. From the top, you see, price is dropping. All right. No, this one is not even, this one is clear. It's the same direction. So let me look for something. I'm trying to look for something I explained historically that quickly explain divergence so that we can save our time. Or maybe I'll try and spot another divergence. Move. I'm trying to remember the one I used yesterday when I was training the goodbye to floating loss team. And just a moment. Let me just take my time and look for this. Okay. Okay, this is coming downwards, and this is going upwards. Okay. So we can actually say, let me just use this as a quick example. But before the next members meeting, I'm going to look for some other very, very good examples. All right, so here you can see from the lower low to the next lower low, if I just mark a trend line there, you can see that price is coming down. Are you with me? But if you look at the RSI divergence indicator, price is actually going up. So for this part, price was coming down, all right? And price was coming down. Good, from the divergence indicator. But from this section, price is going down on the price action. And here, price is going up. So these two people, this is husband and wife, or husband and wife. In other words, they are partners. They always speak in agreement. When price is coming down, the other one is also coming down. When price is going up, the other one is also going up. Now, there's a powerful secret when you see that they are in disagreement. When one is saying shibboleth and the other one is saying sibboleth, their language has changed. That moment when they are in disagreement is a signal for you in the market that there's a probable change in direction of the market. So I'm not telling you that when you see divergence, you just jump in and trade in the opposite direction. No. There are a lot of things to check, all right? Like market structure break. You check, you put your trend line, okay, and a lot of other things. But I'm just showing you that this is a disagreement with this. So market has been going down, right? So it's just telling you that a possible uptrend is coming, and it announced it to you in advance that a possible uptrend is coming. So you would pay attention very closely. And I know you just use Bollinger Band, all right? So let me just turn on the Bollinger Band, all right? Let me just turn on the Bollinger Band and make this less complex for you. Yeah. So you see, market is coming down. There's divergence. Market is likely going to go up. So it's touching lower Bollinger Band. You're getting ready to enter. So let me quickly look for the significant numbers here so that I can use that. We have 500 here, 600. Okay, so maybe I'll just quickly use the 2 zeros as significant numbers. So I'll just hurry through this so that we can call it a day. All right. So these are simple concepts that I think everybody can grab, so can be taught easily. All right. There are other more complex concepts. All right. Which we definitely go through the program for. This is 1,800. Okay. And this is 1,600. There's also 1,700 here. All right. So, and then let me mark the one below the price. So I'm assuming we are here. In other words, this thing, we are not seeing the future yet. We are just here. So I'm looking for 1,300. You can see this thing, it obeyed 1,300. It obeyed the 1,300 location. All right. And it obeyed it before here. Went up. Now it's obeying it again. Okay, came below it a little bit. All right, so now we are here. I could have decided that, okay, I've spotted divergence here. Now let me remove my, let me add my KDJ, which is what I know. To keep it simple, with I am altcoin KDJ. All right. Then, yeah, at this point, KDJ has pointed up. If I entered here, and I have the right to enter here because I'm just at the significant number. So I enter here. And lady who asked me, how do I take profits? I entered here. KDJ has turned green. I enter here. I target 5%. And it delivered. This is a close to Marubuzu candle. So even if I had entered again here, all right, let's say as the candle is moving, I say, this candle, let's say, go give me 5% again. I can enter again and take another 5% here. Then when this next one is doing its thing, I can decide, come on. I can enter here again. And take another 4%. You see 5%, 5%, 4%, 19%. What are you talking about? At this point again, I just say, this will be like, say, you give me another 4% too. I take the 4%. At this point again, somebody will say, oh, I think this thing is going to give me another 4%. I wait for it to come down. When it comes down here, I do it and take 4%. So this is just an idea of how you can navigate the market once you spot divergence. So I'm using the divergence idea to increase your capability of navigating the markets. These are tools I teach in the Goodbye to Floating Loss Academy, but I'll be bringing out a few of those very simple concepts that I know that people can easily understand and use to work in their favor. In the weeks to come, we'll be talking divergence a lot, okay? Then we'll be talking about double tops, double bottoms. Then, of course, the flag pattern everybody's super excited about. We're talking about wedges and all of those things. I think those things are actually very easy for people to understand, so it doesn't take any energy. It's more difficult than market structure, that takes the whole energy to explain. All right, so thank you very much, everybody, for being a part of this session. See you all at the next session so that you can keep improving in your results. Remember, there are 3 entities. Entity 1 is you. Entity 2 is the market. Entity 3 is Royal Q. Royal Q cannot understand you. The market cannot understand you. It is you, the key entity, that has to understand Royal Q and understand the market. Then with that skill set, bringing it all together, you're going to be able to, transform your trading. 10% is going to be a little amount compared to what is possible compared to what is possible for you. So please begin practicing the significant numbers today. Begin practicing with the significant numbers today. Also, start today to spot divergence. And at the next training, come to acquire more knowledge. So within the next 2 weeks, I'm sure we're going to have another training. Thank you very much for finding the time to be here. And good night, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Nanda. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, sir.